Well, we did have a rehearsal, which involved the boys talking a lot. They talk a lot, those boys. And me not really getting a word in edgewise. But no, there was a lot of rehearsal and lots of investigation of the script and working out whether something was justified or not. They're very sort of responsible. They took the storytelling bit very responsibly. And they're really, they're very good fun, both of them. And, but very, really good actors, so it made my job easier. It was kind of good for me. I wasn't actually meant to do it. I was doing Harry Potter, so I actually had a job, a weekday job, and I thought I should see my children, frankly. So I didn't really mean to do it. I just found myself coerced into doing it by Tom Hooper. But I did think, because Bellatrix was such an externalized, screamy kind of loud and externalized character, it was kind of good for me to be more self-contained and yeah, kind of try and play normal and sort of slightly less insane than I'm usually drawn to. Right. And a queen with a normal sized head, There's a responsibility because everybody has an idea of her. Luckily I wasn't playing her in her latter years, although that would be a challenge. And unfortunately it wasn't called the Queen's Speech. So, so I did do a lot of, she had such an exterior, such a particular exterior, and it was all rather sweet and charming and vague and like in a cloud of vagueness. But underneath it, she was steel, I think. And I think her steel and her strength was exactly what was necessary for her husband, and she had it where he didn't. So he literally, like a vampire, or not like a vampire, that's such a, but like drew upon it where he lacked. It was a really dynamic relationship that people say he would never been able to be king without her as a wife and queen.
My husband is, well, he's required to speak publicly.
Perhaps he should change jobs.
And what if my husband were the king?
Well, I'm still employed. That's all that really counts, is if you're going to get another job. If for this, excitement goes like, oh my God, just, reminds some director, producer, or somebody like, oh, she's still alive, she'd be worth employing. That's where it counts for me. Right. Oh, and yeah, she doesn't just work for the boyfriend. I think everyone thinks, oh, she's just Tim Burton's, dolly now. And no, he doesn't. I need to go out there and find work, without the man. I don't know, it's up to him really. He's the one who, is the job provider. I don't think we rule it out, but it's certainly not an assumed thing, no. Yeah, no, I did. But I changed parts. There was one part that I just said, I've done that, even though it was a puppet. But I just said, that part I played, so I went up. But then he made me audition for the part that I wanted to. I've often auditioned for Tim. I mean, Mrs. Lovett I couldn't have auditioned, I've never auditioned for a part more. But it was also for Stephen Sondheim who had casting. I'm always the last one to find out. I think because he just fears that he just doesn't want it to seem as if I'm the favourite. And it always requires Dick Zanuck to say, no, it is a good idea, go for it, I think I'm disqualified a lot because I'm the mother of his little legitimate children, his bastards. Yeah, no, I think Billy's 7 now and Nala's 2.5. No, Billy knows that I pretend for a living. That's what I say. All I do is go and I get paid lots of money to pretend to be. As he said, like during this, when we was doing this, he said, are you a witch or a queen tomorrow? And that was, basically my, what it was about. So yeah, and he knows that Daddy does the bossing around. I've been sad. I loved it. I love being part of it. I like continuity in this profession. There's so little of it, so it was great to go back to the same crew year after year. And all those relationships. And I love my part. I love Bellatrix. It was really therapeutic for me and fun to go to work and scream and behave like an insane 3-year-old.